We are the true masters of the Earth sphere.
Showdown!
Hello, everybody. It's your boy Sleepwalker, a man who walks through dreams, sometimes even yours. We are back again with the Two Depth Podcast, episode 19. I brought two co-hosts from the depths of hell, and we've thought of a plan to kill Batman. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is John, aka J Poet. We are back again on episode 19, almost to 20. But I missed last week, so I definitely appreciate our third co-host here stepping in for me. Matt, what's up, brother?
Not much, man. Thanks for having me back.
Matt, you're coerced. No.
I'm coerced. Yeah. The co-host who was coerced.
The-
Alliterations here.
He's the co-hostess with the mostest.
We'll forget that. We'll forgive you for that, John.
All right, thanks. I appreciate it.
Hey, somebody out there felt it.
No, I mean, I'm sure somebody did. I'm sure.
I wouldn't be too sure.
Nah.
But hey, so anyway, man, so what have you been playing this week, Fleet?
What I've been playing this week, Rogue Legacy 2 had an update. So I played a little of that. Other than that, not much. Just that and like Hades.
Nice. What about you, Matt?
I'm trying to think. I've downloaded a game called Pathfinder, Kingmaker. I've been messing around with that a little bit, but I haven't really gotten too deep into it. Just here recently, actually, with the EA Play added to Game Pass. Start checking out Anthem. Just I didn't really get to play it very much. It's not as bad as everybody says it was so far. Anyways, I've only probably played it for like 2 or 3 hours though. So
Well,
I hear it takes a while
they
for
say
the shittery to kick in.
They say it's like 5 hours, and then you're gonna start feeling
Yeah,
Melissa says.
it.
It's a pretty good game though.
I hear it's
it
very
is
good
fun.
at the
It's
combat.
really beautiful, like as far as visually. And I made like an interceptor character, so I'm like running in with like dual daggers, whooping people's asses. It's pretty fun.
What you been playing, John?
Man, I've been playing a couple of different things. I picked back up Red Dead Redemption 2. Been playing through it pretty good. And then with Call of Duty coming out on Friday, the Cold War Call of Duty, I've been kind of touching back up on my skills. We had a game night since last time we talked. That was really successful. It was a lot of fun. We had a 2-versus-2 gunfight tournament in Call of Duty. The winners took home $100 and going to get some championship 2 Death shirts. So that was pretty fun. And so I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty and Red Dead Redemption. And then the other day I jumped on Gears of War because it was a 15-year anniversary of the first one coming out. So.
Oh, well, so you had to celebrate mediocrity. No. Just
Wouldn't go that far.
Well, with the preliminaries out of the way, we today have brought to you a tier list of the hardest cores of the shooting genre, and we're gonna put them in their tiers today. We're gonna see which ones are the gun lords and which ones are trash butter, as you can see here.
Trash butter.
Now, John's going to be our lister. He's going to be reading off the list of these, and I'll be placing them in their place. So, with no further ado, gentlemen, why don't we begin?
Ooh, okay. Well, speaking of the games we've been playing and everything, the first game that's going to be on the list is none other than Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Ooh, start with the Titan, huh? All right.
Yeah, I got to start with it.
Well,
So I can get it out of the way.
Not to be confused with Titanfall.
no, it's not Titanfall at all. It's I like Titanfall better, but Call of Duty is one of those games, and just I guess I'll be going first. I just feel like Call of Duty is one of those games that I hate it, but I can't deny how good it is. Like, you can't deny that it's solid mechanics and just basically years of kind of a crafted shooter that is good. But at the same time, I hate it. I hate it all the time. I hate like I just hate everything about it. It's like as far as story and everything like that. I'm just using like, oh my god. But like as far as the game in itself, I have to give it. It's pretty good. I mean, it's at least gun lord to high elite. Gun lord to high elite.
Yeah,
So,
high leads.
so
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's. I kind of agree with Sleepy in certain aspects. Like it's. I mean, it's definitely like the like pariah of games, right? Like I mean, like all first-person shooter, especially online multiplayer games, are like compared to it at this point. Um, I mean, and don't be wrong, like I've used to be like a Call of Duty player. Like I used to enjoy back in like World War II, World at War, like the old Modern Warfares, even some of the earlier Black Ops games. But the only thing that got me is just I don't necessarily hate it. It's just I'm just so burned out on it because it's been out for so long. That it just seems like they're just regurgitating the same formula over and over again and putting like a new subtitle on it and spit shine in the graphics and like here you go. But
Mm.
that system's working apparently because it's still the top selling games for shit. What was that? Maybe 20 years now. How long the franchise has been out? Quite a while. So yeah, I definitely have to put that at like the top list. Like I mean, no question.
yeah, I mean, let's just be honest. This is the gold standard of first-person shooters. It just is. There's a lot of other games and shooters that do some stuff that it doesn't. But if you just look at sheer sales, sheer longevity, and sheer just overall quality of an entire series, Call of Duty has to be the creme de la creme of the first person shooters. Now, don't get me wrong, I have a love hate relationship with it as well. Um, I always get hyped for the games and I play them and I'm pretty good at them and I play them all the time. But then after a while, man, it's like we talked about in a previous podcast. For instance, like Halo or Gears of War, which is also on this list. Those games I could play and I could be losing and still having fun. And it seems like with Call of Duty, unless you have a really good squad, you're just having fun because you're playing with friends. You could be winning and still not having a good time. It's so frustrating just because so many different people play it and so many people literally sit around and dedicate their entire lives to Call of Duty that it's hard to get on and just play as a casual gamer anymore. But I do disagree that it's the same exact mold every time. I think as someone who gets every single one that comes out, the way that they have the developers split up between games. For instance, this Modern Warfare game is going to be a lot different than the Black Ops title. There's just a lot of small, minute differences, all the way down to big differences. They're completely different game studios that are making these games each time. So to me, it's actually kind of amazing that they're going through this list of 3 or 4 studios and still coming out with this just quality product every time. I mean, we can see what happened with Halo, just switching from Bungie to 343, how much that quality dropped off. So, I mean, I think it's amazing that they're able to switch up between developers and still put forth such an amazing game. So, I mean, I think that if any game in this list is going to be Gunlord, this is going to be Call of Duty for sure.
Well, it's a unanimous gun lord. We're Call of Duty. Not a hard call, but a call. So, that's a thing. Now, let's move on to the next gun competitor. so so hard, so bad.
That was good.
I'm sorry.
Hey, I
I
have to
love
admit
the gun
that was much better with my co-hostess of the mostest line, so I have to give you
Yeah,
your credit on that one.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
you guys are
think.
killing it.
Top house comedy, guys. Great. No, I'm just go ahead. Let's get that.
Oh, so the next game on our list is Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein. Now, if we're gonna take Wolfenstein as a complete, all the whole package, obviously, we all love the first one. It was kind of the first of its kind, besides Doom. And then they had a comeback before the newest comeback that wasn't that great, but the New Order and the one after that is actually really good. So when I would put Wolfenstein up there in the Gun Lord category because
Oh,
it's had more good games, and honestly I've enjoyed every single one of the new ones except the newest one. Youngbloods, I did not enjoy that. That wasn't that good. But I don't know. It would be a high elite, at least. But I think it deserves a Gun Lord. I don't know. What about you?
go first, Matt.
All right. Well, you know, I don't know. It's one of those things. And I just have to be honest. That's one of the games I've wanted to play the new ones, but I haven't got around to doing it. But I will say, just at least just for the fact, like you said, going all the way back. I mean, Wolfenstein was like if I'm not mistaken, it predates Doom. It came out before Doom came out.
Yeah.
So it like kind of started with the I guess the blueprint of the modern first person shooter in a way. So that alone, I mean, I just think it deserves to be up there as far as its influence that it's had. But I think it'd be hard for me to say because I haven't played any of the new ones. To really give it a good a fair judgment, But I would at least put it in elite just for that, just for its like place in history.
Well, I can agree that it definitely deserves some merit for the history that it has. Um, this definitely can't be slept on while we're creating this list. Um, I will say though, I've played a few Wolfenstein titles, and I think I've in this long 25-year history or however long it's been around, I think I've maybe liked two of them. The rest of them were just kind of meh.
You didn't like the new
So
ones?
I have not played Youngblood.
Did you play
Um,
New Order?
I have played New Order, and that is a really good game.
Yeah.
I can't lie about that. Um,
I think the
but
new ones came pretty hard. I think the new ones came pretty hard, especially from having like a 15-year gap in between. I don't know how long it is exactly, but it's a long ass time in between the last Wolfenstein and the new ones. And I think they did a
yeah,
good job reviving it.
well, when I originally was putting together this list and looking at Wolfenstein in comparison to some of the other titles that we're going to be putting out, I originally had this as under the new category. But I have been convinced by you guys. I do think that the history and the impact on the shooter genre as a whole should give it a little bit of merit, and I'm willing to put it up to the elite status.
All right, we can take that. We can put it up in the lead status. That's a compromisable, you know. A noob, I was gonna be like, noob, get out of here. That bullshit.
I mean, compared to some of these other ones, man, I don't know.
Now, well,
But
there's true. There's some in here that are a little bit of a stinky, a little stinky, a
A little bit of a stinky.
little stinky. There's some sweat lords in here.
a little less think tank.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's give me that. Give me the next one.
All right, so the next one that's up is Apex Legends.
Apex
That
Legends.
Hmm.
Now I'm
and
not a.
this is one of the newer battle royale games that's come out in the same vein as
Yeah.
Warzone, Destiny. I mean, Fortnite and PUBG and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, but you go ahead and kind of give your take on it, Sweet, first, if you like.
Well, I'm not a battle royaler. I just not a battle royaler. But at the same time, I've heard a lot about Apex, and I heard it's made by the people who did Titanfall, and I heard they did really good with it. As far as it's still pretty popular. There's still people in there, and I enjoyed Titanfall, so I couldn't see why this isn't at least maybe um elite. But after that one kind of they did have that one like little event where you like they literally had like the DLC on your watch and stuff like that. That's kind of crap. That that's kind of crap. I'll be like that drags it down for me, but I don't know, man. I've heard a lot of good things. I don't know. I think I might put it in the elite, high noob.
All right, Matt.
Yeah, yeah. I would. I would, that's again, like I would have to agree with that. I'm not a big battle royale fan as myself, but everybody I know that is into the game, it's gotten, got really good reviews as far as the I guess the level of fun that you can have playing the game. Not something I would personally play myself, but I mean, it's up there with I'm sure there's a couple other titles on this list that I'll feel the same exact way about, but can't deny its popularity and uh, you know status at this point in modern gaming. So I'd have to probably say that. I mean, I won't give it a gun lord just because I haven't played it myself, but I think it deserves like a high noob, elite maybe.
Yeah, I can do that. What do you think, John?
Yeah, Apex. If you really look at some of the free to play battle royale games that's come out, and even the huge ones, the Fortnites and the PUBGs of the world, um, I definitely list Apex head and shoulders above them as far as just being a shooter purist that I am. Apex Legends is definitely the coolest and funnest one. I downloaded Fortnite and played it one time and never played it again. I've logged on and played Apex Legends a few times, and I would have to
What
say,
up, Austin?
um,
What up, Jay?
so I would have to say that I'm
Battlefield.
gonna.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, John. I'm sorry.
No, you're
Battlefield.
good,
We
bro.
we lost the picture for Battlefield, but it is on the list. Go ahead.
So with Apex Legends, I would have to also put it as a high new low elite. I think that because it is just a one time game, it's hard to rank games that are just had one game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to put that up in like elite category with a Wolfenstein that has so much history. But I do think it's a very good quality shooter. So I would put it as a high noob, low elite as well.
All right. So are we saying that it's a high noob? We're gonna put over in a noob.
I
It's
think I
it's
think everybody's in agreement that it could be an elite game for sure.
Yeah, it could
it's
definitely, but we're gonna put
it's a neat game.
it's a
You know.
neat game. It's neat. It's right in the middle. So I should have made another category exactly. Like that middle category is
Yeah.
always important because there's so many things that fall in it. That are
Yeah.
like it's not great, it's not bad, it's just right there. And I think that deserves another category, but that's for another day. Let's move on.
All right. So the next game up is going to be Rainbow Six.
Rainbow
Ooh.
Six Siege. Now, this is a
Well, it's not just.
game. Oh no, I
Now,
know
keep in
it's
mind, we're not just talking about games. It's a Rainbow Six as a whole.
now
So,
Rainbow Six as a whole has a pretty good reputation. I heard that the last one, Siege, specifically came out in a very like it was very disliked when it came out, and then what's it called? Really, picked up steam, and then everybody jumped back on it. So I don't know. Rainbow Six is pretty prestigious, man. Do you think this should be a gun lord? You're more of a shooting expert, John, than I am, but I've
uh,
heard of this quite a bit.
yeah, yeah, man. I will say this, and I'll let you guys kind of talk. Rainbow Six is absolutely a gun lore game.
Mm.
They have come out. I mean, you got to figure every Ghost Recon game, Siege, all of the any Tom Clancy game that's come out has been Rainbow Six. And Rainbow Six was my first shooter that I really played and was excellent at. And every game I've ever played of Rainbow Six has been a quality game. So I don't think I've played one that I disliked. So so Rainbow Six is definitely a gun lord.
Yeah, well, it'll be up here in the
Yeah.
gun lord
I,
section.
I would.
I'm sorry, I totally forgot about you, man. My
Yeah.
bad.
I'm here, man.
My bad. I'm like, no,
I
screw
have
you,
things
Matt.
to say.
Screw that. No, we're done, Matt. No,
No,
go
yeah.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Matt.
No, I totally I think I totally have to agree with John. I mean, like, and and maybe it's a little biased, but like when I was a kid, this is like one of the first big ones that I saw. Two people who play video games that kind of helped me get into it. It was like my brother and my uncle, and I just remember them playing Rogue Spear. Like, it was just like this, like I want to do that, but I was too young to really grasp it. I got into it maybe later on, but just consistently they pumped out really good games. And I'll say this: Siege is really good. Like I thought it's great. Like I love it. It's a little it's a refreshing change of pace from just like grab a gun and shoot somebody in the face. Like there's a lot of strategy and tactical gameplay and learning which players to use for certain situations. I don't know. It's a fun game. So yeah, I would definitely put that up there.
Absolutely. So hey, real quick, I want to holler out to James Hill, Goldberg 211. He knows all about that rogue spear. We were in it. We started our first clan, or we were in the first clan together called GSG9, and then from GSG9, once I kind of reached the top of that clan and couldn't go any further, I ended up switching over and became a leader of a clan called Two Death. And lo and behold, here we are today. So if it wasn't for Rainbow Six, there would be no Two Death. So that deserves enough respect being Gun Lord alone.
Yeah. All right. I can feel that. I can feel that. Yeah, I get it. What's the next one, my friend?
All right. The next game on the list is Titanfall.
Titanfall. I gotta find it here. I love Titanfall, and it has never caught on. And I love this game because it's such fun. It's just so freaking
Yeah.
fun. It's so high impact, and the Titans come down. You can enjoy the Titans. You can even fight people without a Titan. It's just so inventive and fun, and I hate that it has never caught on. I think it just totally gets screwed as far as when it comes out in development and everything like that. I love this game, and as far as fun, I would put it in elite. But honestly, as far as like reputation, it's noob. Like it doesn't go anywhere. It just kind of dies as soon as it comes out, and I hate that. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I would agree with you on that too, because like I loved both of those games when they came out. I played them for, I mean, I don't know, at least 2 months after they came out. So got into them, but yeah, like everybody else fell off of it, and I did too. But like I feel like it's one of those games I could pick it right back up right now and play it and have fun. Like the first time I ever summoned a Titan and it smashed one of like a player I was fighting against. It was like one of the best feelings ever. But just yeah, it definitely has to go elite. Even if its reputation's bad, like I look at it as what it is as far as like a whole as a game. It's up there as one of the at least most fun first-person shooter games.
Yeah.
I think what hurt him. I think what hurt him was kind of like the first game. There was no real single player at all. It was only multiplayer. That's it. And if I'm correct, Titanfall 2 like changed that. They actually did have a campaign
Yeah, it
and
was
stuff
good.
in
It
it.
was a good campaign too. Actually, it was actually worth playing as far as shooting games with giant mechs go.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't know how many other first person shooting games where you could summon a mech and jump inside of it. Like I don't know it.
Yeah.
I want that list though because it's fun.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, I played Titanfall 1 fairly extensively. I have not ever played Titanfall 2, but it is available on the Game Pass now with the EA Play now, so I think I want to download it and play it because that game is just so fun, man. Like, I mean, how can you not love summoning mechs and being able to run off walls and just some of the stuff that they did in that Titanfall? I agree with Jay here, man. Titanfall is definitely an underrated game.
Yeah, it's so
A lot of
underrated.
people, yeah, a lot of people sleep on it, man. And if they would just pick it up and play it a little bit, I think they would change their minds. But I put it in the same vein as kind of Apex. I think it's probably going to have to be a high noob, low elite. There's only two of them, and based on what I played, it was absolutely fun. I would love to play it again. But if you just chop it up, put it up against some of these other shooters, it doesn't have the history or the ranking with it. So I mean, I would put it at high noob, low elite. So whatever that comes out between you two.
All right.
I would say elite.
You put in lead. I love it too.
Yeah.
I can't say I hate it. I'm gonna put in lead. It barely escapes noob. It barely escapes noob. Go ahead.
I was going to say I can agree with that. I
Yeah.
100% agree with that.
All right, go
Just
ahead.
like the Titans crawling over the line, half damage,
and then
ready to
explodes at the
self-destruct.
finish line. like me.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't think you were getting those?
Whoa.
You didn't think you were getting those jokes, chat?
Oh my God.
Yeah, the
Okay. All right.
Titanfall devs did
What
make
kind of podcast is
what's it called? Apex Legend. Yep, that is true. Go ahead, John.
All right. So the next game on the list is Destiny. Destiny.
All right, now this is gonna be a hot take. I think Destiny is trash butter. I fucking hate that game, and that game can just go ahead and jump off a short pier into
Boom.
a wormhole. Like screw that
Damn.
game. Like screw that game. I hate that game. But
Tell us how you really feel, bro.
I hate it, dude. I think it's crap, and I think everything they've done with it has been crap up until like recently when they left from under the boot of Activision, and now I guess Bungie's able to make more game appropriate decisions to enhance their game. But until then, dude, it was just nickel and diamond this game that was so bare bones, and then all of a sudden it becomes good at the end of one cycle, and then they start all over again for two. Screw that. It's garbage, dude. It's like all this content that doesn't mean anything, bro. Here's two. We're starting all over again, and we're gonna have 3 more DLCs that are $30 each. Screw that.
Matt.
Yeah. Well, that was a powerful speech you just gave there. Sleep. I don't know how to follow that. No, man. I don't see. Like I hear you. I hear what Jay's saying there in this chat, but like I think the opposite. Like I played Destiny 1 and I was so excited for Destiny 1 and I enjoyed it. But then I got to like I beat the game in like 2 days and then it was just nothing to do. Like all you can do is play online or just replay like the few missions they gave you and it was just like over before I even knew it begun. So I kind of just like was kind of had a bad taste in my mouth about it. And then Destiny 2 came out. It's like, all right, you know what? I'll go ahead and try it. And I still haven't got past I still haven't completed the main storyline, which like they added a whole lot of more content into the second one. And plus now it's on Game Pass. Like I'm glad I didn't buy it, which still I understand that's terrible because anybody who did got ripped off. But now that like all the DLC, I'm pretty sure is on Game Pass now. So like if there's a time to jump into it, it'd be now because you have everything at your disposal.
Well,
but I enjoyed it too a lot. Like I'll still pick it up and play it every once in a while now. One I would say is probably definitely in the noob to trash butter quality, but two I would have to say the like noob to elite for sure.
Well, what do you think, John?
Well, I will say this. I played the first one and loved it. Of course, I prefer online gaming. I love playing online. And then something we talked about. Shout out to the Pack of Savages. They had us on as a guest on their stream, and they just so happened to be playing Destiny 2. And I kind of told the story then. So if you listen to that, you'll be familiar with the story. But Destiny 2, I rented it from like a Redbox or something, and I played it, and I liked it so much that I kept it so long that I should have just bought the damn thing as much as my rent fee was for it. I think it's awesome. I think it's what they're trying to do with it is very interesting. Like, it's almost like they're trying to make it into like almost like an MMO first person shooter.
A live service game?
Yeah, it's kind of
Borderlands. It's Borderlands, but like only online.
No, they wanted to make it a live service game
with a fine like shade of Halo paint over top of it.
I will say that watching Destiny 2 now, what it's become from when it first was released, and all of the DLC that's been released for it, and kind of like what Sleepy says, the microtransactions and all the money that's in on it. I think it's not as good as it started out as. I think it's gotten worse with its this DLC continues. Now, like I was watching Alex play, and it didn't even look like the same game I played when I first came out. This motherfucker's jumping up and shooting black holes at people and all kinds of crazy stuff. And it was just kind of like, well, it looked cool.
I think that's better. Exactly. It's weird because I think that's at least better than it was, but I'm just sorry, man. I can't condone a game with such just obviously bullshit tactics when it comes to its monetization, and the game isn't even really that great. And I just like I can enjoy myself, but it just gets old so fast. But
I
uh,
I will agree that it does get old fairly fast. I just think based on my impression from the first one and for the first month of the second one, um, I definitely think it saved itself from trash butter. But I don't know if I'm willing to put it up into the elite. It's definitely not a gun lord. So I think it's probably pretty firmly in the new category, in my opinion.
it's noob high trash butter. I just want you to know if there was an in between right here, it'd be right here. Like because it's trash butter. Anyway, what's the next one, man?
Yeah, Austin. I agree that the division was better, and the division is one other reason why Rainbow Six is definitely gun lord category.
Dude, like, what's it called? Warframe just kills Destiny because it's everything that Destiny wants to be.
See, I didn't like Warframe that
Yeah.
much when I played it, but I played it early on. So I heard Warframe got like 1,000 times better.
Oh,
Once I
dude,
played
it
it
got
like on the PS3 or some shit
it
like a
got
long time ago.
so many things now. Like it's so ridiculously huge now. Warframe is incredible, and it's free, and it's like honestly free because you could get stuff in the game without having to play for 8 years or paying money. It's good, but let's. I digress. We have a lot to go through. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So the next game on the list is Fortnite.
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 This is one of those things that you just want to go ahead and put in the trash butter, but responsibly you can't do that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, like to be a responsible reviewer of things, I cannot throw this here, but I want to. I so want to, but it
All right.
it should be here. But we'll talk about it first. It's just one of those games that I hate it, and it's kind of trash because it is like everything that gotcha gaming has become. It's everything that microtransaction gaming has become. But I'll give it this: it has a system that works. It's polished, and it has a lot of mechanics, and the game works, and a lot of people like it, and I can't deny it that.
Yeah, I really don't know what to say about it. Honestly, I've never played it. Like maybe I think I may have played it one time, and it was just like people building walls in front of them while I'm trying to shoot them. Like it was crazy. Like I just can't get into that system. But you can't deny like shit. Like Marvel had like Disney has a deal with them now that they're that popular. Like
But
you can
does that
play as
make them?
Avengers while you're like playing the game.
Does that
Does that
make
make it
them?
good? I don't know, but
Does that make them more
I
trash
mean
butter?
yeah. I don't know, maybe sold out a little bit. I don't know, but if it makes the game fun, that's all that matters. And people really love that game. It has to be a fun game,
Well,
regardless if I find it fun. But
well, I'll say this: I've played it, and I don't think it's that fun.
Mm,
I think it's kind of cool how you can build stuff, but it also gets in the way of actually being a shooter.
mm,
I think it's like Jay saying here. The reason that it's so successful and it's so popular is the same reason why Minecraft is so popular. And so, you know what I'm saying?
that
Like,
is true.
I think Minecraft is a stupid fucking game. I think it's dumb. I've tried to play it. I've attempted it, and I just think it's dumb.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't get
Now
it either.
Fortnite, I'll put Fortnite over Minecraft in my opinion, but it's if we lived in a vacuum, I think I would definitely put it in trash butter.
I
But I think it's hard. It is hard to deny the how immensely popular it is.
yeah,
Um, I mean, my grandma knows what Fortnite is. You know what I mean? Like,
damn.
just because she hears so many grandkids talk about it and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's it's almost like a household name at this point. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Um, so I personally think that because we're not in a vacuum, just its popularity alone has to put it in the noob category. But as a game, like just as a game, I personally think it's trash butter.
Well, I'm gonna go.
well, there's one thing we're forgetting here: the plethora of Fortnite dance compilation videos on YouTube. It has to be a Gunlord for that,
You
just
know what?
alone.
You know what? You're 100%. This is
it's
it's getting the trash butter. It's trash butter. Fuck what
Yeah.
everybody's saying. It's trash butter. I'm
it's
not gonna feel bad for that. I'm not feeling bad about that.
it's literally changed the way people dance. I mean, what kind of game does that?
I know.
Yeah, I know, right?
I know, but it's getting that. No, I'm not gonna feel bad about this. I don't care what anybody says. We're gonna move on.
Don't add them, fight them.
fight me at the at. No, all right, man.
All right, so the next game on the list is BioShock, which this is a little bit different because BioShock does not have like a multiplayer version of it. It's a single
it
player
does.
game, which well, not like this.
And the
It's not.
second,
It's not the
and the
same as
second
these
one they
games.
put it in, and it wasn't. It
Dude, the
didn't do
second
very
one was
well.
dope. The online on the second one was awesome. I loved it.
Now,
Does Infinite? I don't know if Infinite had one or not.
no, it didn't. It didn't have one.
Yeah, I think that was the story. Yeah.
Yeah. I for Bioshock is interesting because it is one of those games that has an enthralling story that I enjoy and I always want to see out to the end, but it has the gameplay of a PlayStation 2 game. It's just
I can see that. Yeah.
it plays like a PlayStation 2. Every time I'm doing in a gunfight with all these tweaking apocalypse fairies, they're just going around going, give us some more, whatever. What is the stuff that they inject into their veins? What is it again? Nectar?
Oh, I forget what. No, yeah, I can't remember what it's called. It's
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's been a while since I played. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but they,
It's like Adam or something
Adam
like that.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
what
like
it is. That's what
every
it is.
time
Yeah.
I get into a gunfight with him, I'm like, I hate these controls, but I want to finish this game so bad. And I think that that alone at least gives it at least elite. I don't know about Gunlord though, man. It's just the gameplay feels so old and crappy, but I have to say the story is just top notch, bro. I can't. I want to get to the end of every single one of them. So I don't know, man. I think that's at least elite or Gunlord. I'm gonna use the restroom. You guys talk.
Yeah, man. I see. This is one I hold a pretty close spot in my heart to the Bioshock series. Like probably one of my favorite shooting series. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like especially the first two. The controls were a little clunky, but it made sense for that because you're not really like a trained badass soldier. And I mean, like you might have fought in a war or something, but you're just kind of the regular Joe who's going there. So it's not going to be as easy for you to headshot everybody. It takes skill to do it. But just yeah, like you said, the storyline alone, and like I don't know, the whole aesthetic and everything, especially Infinite. Like, oh my god, that was one of the best shooter games I've ever played in my life. Like I have to put it in Gunlord, my own personal opinion.
Well, I have to agree with both of you. BioShock is absolutely amazing. Jay's clowning somebody. I'm not sure who he's talking to, but he said, "Look, man, just because you suck at it, don't mean it's not a gun lord."
I'm back.
Hey,
I'm back.
but I will say that on every game on this list, I would venture to say that BioShock has above and beyond the best story behind it.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of fun playing BioShock. I think just based on the game alone, it should definitely be Gunlord. I almost would say to downgrade it to Elite just because of its lack of multiplayer functionality with it. But even given that, you can be a shooter and not be a multiplayer game. And I think just based on the merit of the game itself, BioShock's been one of my favorite games playing as well. So I had to put it in Gunlord.
Bro, BioShock 2's online is better than any of the onlines of any of the games on this list. What are you talking about, bro? Are you serious? No. No, I won't say that. I really did enjoy it though.
So what are we putting BioShock at?
Gunlord.
Gunlord is gonna be
Gunlord.
Gunlord. You know what? I'll give it. That's fine. I think its story alone deserves that because I've literally at the end of every BioShock story, except for two, 1 and 3. Yeah, I at the end I'm like, oh my god, holy shit! Like almost at the
Right.
end of every single one of them. So I I can feel
So
that.
sleep. Hey, so Austin just called out another one that we missed that I didn't even think about for a shooter is Far Cry.
I
That's
thought I
another one we have to talk.
I thought I put it on here, but I don't know. I think
No.
I may have hesitated because it was like I don't know. Is it like I don't know.
Well, we dived in. We
We also
dived into
talked
Far Cry
we
pretty
talked
deep.
about it a lot on the previous podcast. That might have been
Yeah.
a reason you
Yeah.
kind of like registered as already been talked about.
Bright Memory Infinite, man, that shit ain't even out yet. There's never been a game of it. But
All
Looking
right,
forward
guys.
to
So the next game on the list is Doom.
Doom, oh dude,
Oh well, dude, I don't even think this even has to need warranted discussion, guys.
yeah, this is
Fucking,
gun lord,
it's like
man.
gun. I don't even know, bro.
I
Like
don't know, but you see, the thing is,
gun lords are scared of Doom.
gun lords because like I would say Doom, 1 and 2, everybody loves those, but I think everybody forgets about those weird Dooms in the middle that no one really
Yeah.
played, that weren't that great, but they were still like there. When he was on that spaceship and they gave it like the dude a story and everything like that. Like
Oh, Doom 3. I love Doom 3.
was Doom 3. Like I think there was one after that
Yeah.
too. And before the 2016 reboot. Now the 2016 reboot is amazing, and Doom Eternal is amazing. So like, I don't know. I think Doom's the gun lord. Yeah, I'd go with definitely gun lord.
Matt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, dude, that game is like, uh, I mean, given its history and everything, like it's maybe in that period where when they made like the weird like the Doom ports, like the 64 port, and like there were certain ones they made that were kind of but like it's just consistently popped out like awesome games. And yeah, the last two ones alone was just like that's like good god, dude. I haven't had that much fun playing shooting game in a while. Like it's just visceral, fast action, like fast paced, just great. Gun Lord for sure.
Now, I was at
Well,
Austin. Said Far Cry 5 was good. You know what? Since it's not on the list, I'll give it a gun lord. It actually is that good.
Far Cry is good.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh,
as
yeah.
far as Doom for me goes, so first off, Doom Eternal is fucking awesome. That game is amazing. I've had a lot of fun playing it. Actually, I'm kind of sad that I never finished it. I got caught in the damn hell room or whatever, and I never finished it. But I want to pick that back up and play it again because Doom Eternal is absolutely awesome. I will say, kind of like with Austin saying right now, it's kind of a culture. It's kind of set a culture of video games. Like the first two were iconic.
Mm-hmm.
And I do agree with Sleepy that a lot of those middle Dooms that nobody even knows they existed because they were so trash butter. You can't discount that either. Oh yeah, and Doom the movie.
Yeah, the movie, bro. That movie was, dude.
That was like the worst movie Rock's ever been in.
But it had The Rock though.
Dude, it was that movie was terrible, but it was like so bad.
It was so bad it was good. I enjoyed
it's
it.
enjoyable.
I enjoyed how horrible it was, but I don't think that should stain on the game. But there was those weird games in the middle, and then I don't know, man. I think the new Dooms, the revivals of the new Dooms, they go hard, dude. They go hard,
Yeah.
bro. Like
Yeah, I agree. I originally put Doom in my original list under Elite, but I think I'll keep it Elite. But it's knocking on the door of Gun Lord for me. That the Doom Eternal alone is just so awesome. And then you can't, we gave Wolfenstein all that credit because of its history.
mm-hmm.
If you stack up Doom against Wolfenstein, I don't think there's a comparison there. So
That's true.
If you guys think it's Gun Lord, I'll go ahead and fall in line and make it unanimous.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
It has to be Gun Lord.
He's gotta be a Gun
in my
Lord,
opinion.
man. Like, cause this iconic dude, the Doom guy. He doesn't even have a name. He's just the Doom guy. Unreal
Oh, that's a good
Tournament.
point, James. James has a good point.
Yeah,
Unreal
James
Tournament. We
busts
didn't
out
even
a
think
good
about
one.
that.
That is
Or
a good
Quake
one.
for that matter. I don't see Quake on here.
Yeah, but that shit kind of like fell off. Like, when's the last time they've had one? And if they've been having
I
them,
mean, I don't know. A couple
if they've been
years
having them, then
ago, they had like Unreal.
I would believe I would
Well, I
hear
mean,
about Unreal or
shit,
Quake.
fucking Well, I guess the Half-Life did recently just come out with a game
That was
so
a
they
VR game. That was
they
like
made it. Yeah, I know. But they made a new Unreal game since Half-Life 2 or
yeah.
Fear for that matter.
Well, let's get on
Well,
because
all
I
right,
got work
guys.
tomorrow.
Well, the next game on the list is Uncharted.
Uncharted. Oh man, I don't think it's just gonna be too heavy in the Gunlord title because, dude, Uncharted is kind of a Gunlord, bruh. I mean, like, number one was a
Yeah,
great story game. Number two was a great story game and great online. Number three was a great story game and great online, and number four was a little lackluster for me. I'm gonna be real with you. It's kind of like and the online suffered a little too, but not enough to take it out of the Gunlord title.
Yeah, I don't see that's the thing. Like, I mean, I guess adding the online and stuff, it's technically a shooter, but it's kind of
it's
like almost
definitely a
like
shooter.
it to me it almost wobbles on the line between like a shooter and like an adventure game. But that's just the on the
The single
offline
player, yeah.
aspect. But yeah, when I remember Sleepy turned me on to Uncharted 2 online, and I had a ball in there. That was so much fun. I don't know, like I want to just go ahead and agree with Sleepy, but I think it's Leet like holding on to onto the train that's hanging off a Gunlord, and he's climbing up right now, dodging barrels and shooting terrorists and stuff.
It's amazing. But what do you think,
Yeah,
John?
that's just awesome.
Man, I have a hard time with this one, man. Of course, I don't own a PlayStation, so the only times I've played it has been with Sleepy. And as far as the online goes, it's definitely a shooter. Um, it's definitely awesome. I just don't know. I just don't know if it's Gunlord material or not. I think that this list is, looking at the remaining list, I think there's going to be a lot of Gunlords in this list, and Uncharted is deserving as some of these other ones. But I do kind of agree that it's kind of more of a story-driven game that is teetering on not even being a shooter. So I think I'll agree with Matthew and put it as lead.
Oh well, I'll bow to the council and put it as lead. But I would say that number 2 and 3 are more shooters than number 4 and 1.
I mean, it's
Well,
hanging off the
number one,
train though.
1, 2, and 3, I would say. But like 4, definitely that way too much story. Like
That game's blown my mind though.
yeah.
Which one was it when he was like running up the like falling cargo out of a plane or some
Oh
shit?
yeah, it
Like,
was 3. That shit was dope when he was falling out of a
yeah,
plane
that
and he
was.
was on cargo. Like the game is just so dope. But I have to say that number 4 let me down a little. Let me down a little. It was not really what I expected. But let us move on. Yeah, there's a lot of games we don't have in here now. Battlefield. You guys want to do Battlefield right now?
I mean, it won't matter because we don't have a thing for it. But
Yeah.
I have a list of different ones at the end, but we're already at almost at our hour, and we're not even halfway through the list. So
Let's just go through. Let's get it.
yeah, let's just keep it moving. The next one is Counter Strike.
Counter.
Oh boy,
CS.
Lead Gunlord for me, man. John knows
Oh yeah,
how much time we spent playing that fucking game. The game was oh my god.
Oh no, I have like no.
That's just out of
experience.
nostalgia alone, bro. Like, oh my man, those games are dope.
What you got, John? Because I have no experience in it.
well, I will say Counter Strike is absolutely awesome. I don't know if any gamers on here who's been gaming for a long time. I know you have to remember the boom headshot.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That is all based on playing Counter Strike. I will say that it's not the most polished game. I was talking to Sleepy on a phone call about this earlier. It's not like it's some record, some world breaking graphics or any of that. There's no single player to it at all. But it is like the quintessential shooter. Counter-Strike Source, oh my God. I mean, I can't tell you how many hours I put in that game. And then I've been playing Counter-Strike Go, and it's immensely popular these days. So I 100% think that Counter-Strike belongs to Gunlord for sure. And it looks like the chat is echoing that as well.
All right, that's a gun lord. All right, what's the next one?
Next game up is Black.
Black. This is a game from the PlayStation 2 era where they promised
Xbox
that you,
One, PlayStation 2, original Xbox.
yeah, and then you could like shoot through walls, but then when you did it, you couldn't because it was bullshit.
Yep.
And this game is trash butter. It's trash butter now. You just play a bunch of like random generic shooter levels and then it's over. And it's like a dossier where a guy's debriefing you on shit and then it's over. It's trash butter. Just get it out of here. What do you guys think?
Man, see that it's been a while since I played it, but if I recall, like we re-rented the game or something, and I thought it was awesome at the time. And it was, I mean, this has been years. I don't know what I was comparing it to at the time.
Well, from my memory of it, Matt, we watched the trailers, we watched everything with it. We were super hyped about it. We were super pumped, and then we got it, and we were disappointed.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Jay, are you saying that you think Black is Gunlord quality for real? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, it's about to get thrown in the trash butter pile, bro.
I was like, here's that childhood. There you go.
No, I don't know. I mean, is there any other ones? Isn't it only been that one game on the original Xbox?
Yeah,
yeah,
and I think it was on PS2
just
too.
one
Yeah,
game. It's just the thing is there was all this hype, and then it came out and it was just crap. Like, it was
nah,
just,
man. Look, best shooter on the original Xbox, and it's not on this list. I can't even remember. Do you remember it was like a Star Wars, like Star Wars Elite Commando or something, where it's like a shooting game,
yeah,
but
that
you
was
play
dope.
as like like clone troopers. That was the best. That was the best one on the original Xbox. That should be on this list. It should be in
Y'all are
Space
all
Gunlord.
retarded. The best shooter on the original Xbox was Halo 2 without
Oh,
any
you're
question.
right. Dude, you're right. I completely forgot about Halo being on that console altogether. Yeah, never mind. I'll rescind
Jay
what I
said
said.
we're
y'all trash.
Jay said y'all trash butt.
Fuck your opinions, internet man.
All right, guys. So moving on. The next game on the list is Borderlands.
Oh man,
Dude, Borderlands is awesome.
such a good take because I love 2 and 3. I stopped playing even though it was a good game. I just really didn't care about finishing it, and 1 is very meh. So I don't know. I think I could put this as elite just because I love 2 a lot. But like it could definitely go in the new. Like, for me, I'm gonna go get some water. You
Yeah,
all discuss.
yeah. Dude, it's hard for me to say, man. Like, I want to say Gunlord. Those games are so much fun.
Yeah, they are.
But it does get to that point. It's basically just I don't have people to play with. But like I beat 2. That's the only one I beat, and 1 and 1, and they had the prequel game, and then they had 3, and it's just like I've gotten really far, but it just gets to the point where it's just like I lose, like I get bored with it because I think it would be more. I'd have a more fun time if I had more people, like that I knew playing along with me. But it's just they're great games, dude. Like fun as hell. I'll probably have to say Elite. Put it in Elite just because, you know.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Matt. Borderlands is definitely fun. It was really cool. I Borderlands is one of those games that I know is good and I enjoy it a little bit when I play it, but I can never get into it. Like I can never like really get into the story, get into the gameplay, get into the mechanics. It just I think it's definitely deserving of the elite category. I definitely don't agree with some of you guys in the chat that's saying it's Gunlord. I know a lot of people playing. It's a very popular game, and I've enjoyed playing it some. But it's just one of those games where I get excited to play it, and then when I start playing it, I'm like, why am I playing this? I'm going to switch it out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to I would say it's elite. I think it's a consensus that it's elite.
All right. It could be elite. It's right there. It's not Gunlord. It's just right there. Don't complain. It's happening.
That's
But,
definitely. I definitely second that, Jay. That last comment you made.
that is true.
Isn't that true for all of these games, though?
No. Some of these games can be played without that. Like, some of these games can be enjoyed without that.
All right, so the next
ahead.
game on the list is I kick ass and chew bubble gum. Guess what? I'm all out of gum.
Yeah, dude.
Duke Nukem.
This game is trash.
Dude, you need to make a separate tier list for him, bro. He's like the gun pimp. Dude, that dude. He's gonna rip off your head and shit down your neck. Like, no holds barred, bro. His balls of steel.
This game is trash.
Balls of steel.
This game is trash.
Hail to the king, baby.
The new game was like 10 years in development and came out, and it was just butt water, dog. It was just garbage. This game is trash. Fuck Duke Nukem.
Dog, dude. You just know you gotta know how to play the game. Look.
Oh, you gotta know how to play the game.
I'm just joking. I ain't gonna put it in Gunlord territory by any means, but I don't know about Trash Butter, man. At least noob.
Yeah, I agree. So look, I agree. The Duke Nukem 3D was some ass water. That game sucked.
No, you mean Duke Nukem? Was it Duke Nukem Returns or whatever the hell it's called? Duke Nukem 3D was like the best one.
I think that this game definitely can't be Trash Butter just based on its impact on gaming and its just nostalgia purposes. Duke Nukem was a fun ass game. It really was. I think it's definitely not Trash Butter, but it's not on the same level as some of these other games, just as far as just the game goes. So I think it should be in the noob category.
All right, well, we're gonna put 90s Edge the game in noob category.
I got balls of steel. I'm sorry.
Balls of steel.
So fucking stupid.
I'm gonna rip off your head.
I think we walked around for years just quoting.
All right, for the rest of the podcast, I can only answer Duke Nukem quotes, so you got to make your questions
please.
really specific.
Please don't do that.
I won't.
All right, come on.
All right. So the next game up is Gears of War.
All right.
Yeah.
It's in between Brink and Resistance.
I know. I see it right here. It's I could put it in elite, but it's just kind of like, like it's such a like it's not bad. It's just it's nice. It's a nice diversion.
Man, dude. I ain't even gonna lie, dude. Gears of War is like fucking awesome. It's one of those things like I don't play it enough, and like I don't know why, because like when a new one comes out, like I'll play it. Man, this game is fun, and then I just lose track of it, and it's like, I should play a new game. Oh, I haven't played Gears yet. I'm gonna pick something else. I always do that. And it's like I should just go ahead and pick up the last like 3 that I never beat, and just go ahead and beat them. I don't know, man. It's a tie for Gunlord and Elite to me. It's just God, man. I love the whole aesthetic.
I agree with you, Jay. No, I don't even be playing it. I'm just being antagonistic at this point.
Well, I'm gonna agree with Matt. Gears of War is fucking awesome. I don't care what anybody says. The stories are awesome. If you play the story modes, playing online is awesome. It's just absolutely fun. Jay, I have to disagree with you, bro. Like I think Gears 5 was awesome. I still play Gears 5 pretty heavy now. I personally would put it in the Gunlord line, but I can't ignore the fact that we got 40 members in our clan around that, and Gears 5 came out, and I pushed it, and I pushed it, and I pushed it. And I'd be damned if I can't get any of them to play Gears of War with me.
Mm.
Austin's played with me a couple times. You know, Corey's played one another, but it just has awesome weapons. It has awesome storylines. It's just such a fun game to play, bro. It really is.
Hey, Sleep, you better get on the ground, bro. Somebody's trying to shoot you with a hammer of dawn.
There ain't no
joke.
escaping. There ain't no escaping the hammer of dawn, bro.
Yeah, you gotta get real deep on the ground, bro.
Oh, bro, I wish I knew this reference,
I
man. I could add on to.
I think yeah. I mean, it might be right, Jay. I think a lot of people also don't. They're used to being first-person shooters, so when you switch to a third-person shooter the way it is, that's also very much based on the shotgun. So if you don't get the Nasher down, you can't get that hip fire with the Nasher, you're going to get your ass whooped online. I would say it's a gun lord. I think with Matt saying it's elite and Sleepy saying it's trash, or whatever.
I didn't say it was trash. I said it could be elite, but it would be high noob for me, really.
Well, I think we can average it out and put it at elite, and I would be comfortable putting it there. I think it is definitely a super quality game.
I would never say it's trash because it's not. It's just kind of average.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jay. I love third-person shooters too, especially if they're done well. I think Gears of War is definitely one that's done well. All right, so we got that in elite. So the next game up is Resistance.
Resistance Fall of Man. I really love the first one, and then the second one, I like the story, but the online lost me. And then the third one, I really like the story, but it just I just couldn't keep playing. It's one of those things. It's like I really like this game, and there's still just something missing from it, especially after the first one. The first one though was just dope. It was just so dope, and the online was dope, and it was so fun to play. I don't know, man. I just I feel like the subsequent two after it keep it from being a gun lord because they kind of aren't as good as the first one. But at least Lee.
What does that say there? Resistance fall into the trash butter? Is that what that says? Nah, I'm kidding. Nah, man. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's that low. I remember you pushed that a lot back in the day, and I think you were the only one that had a PS3 that could play it at the time. And it was all right. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. It was all right. But deep down, I never really saw it as really anything cool. Mediocre at best compared to all the other shooter games that were out at the time. That was just me. It's been a while. I haven't played the third one. I don't know what happened to that series. I like the premise. I love the idea behind it, but I don't know. I'd have to say noob. I'd probably put it in the noob category personally.
All right. Yeah. So let me say something, James. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? I don't know if y'all have ever played this game or not. I'm not a PlayStation owner, but I can tell you right now, with very high confidence, that Resistance is the best shooter that PlayStation has. At least for the first two. I've never played the third one, but those first two Resistances were freaking fun. I literally almost bought a PS3 just because of Resistance.
Yeah, Resistance.
So, it can't be it has to be elite. It has to be. Now, I don't know, maybe 3 fell off so hard that it's rubbed
No,
the
the
wrong
thing
way.
is 3 isn't bad, and nor is the online. It's just that I don't know. I think it just fell off by then. And by then it's just the series had just kind of fallen off.
Well, I will say also that I've never played the single player part of it or anything like that. Only thing I've played has been online, and it's been absolutely fantastic. So
the three was had the best story. I'd say if you ever want to do the story of that, 3 would be the one because that story was kind of gripping.
I mean, in my opinion, for me, you have the 2 shooter exclusives on both consoles, and for PlayStation, it's Uncharted and Resistance, and for Xbox, it's Halo and Gears. And you know what I'm saying? Like Resistance is a dope game. I think if you guys think it's trash, y'all need to go back and play them again because, especially online, that shit was so fun. Me, you, and Isaiah used to sit up there and play it all the time.
Yeah. It was one of the only shooters Isaiah would ever play.
It was dope, man. It was a dope game. I think it should be
Yeah,
in the
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
personally.
maybe my memory served me. Like, I remember everybody else was in it, like talking mad shit about it, and I guess I kind of like at the time didn't really like voice my opinion. Like, I was just kind of like went along with whatever you guys were thinking. But I just do remember playing that and being kind of like, this is okay. Like, like not that it was bad, but like not that it was like like as good as y'all were saying it was. But that's just me. That's my memory. Maybe I should go back and play it again. And I might, might enjoy it the next time around.
You never know.
I do agree. Well, I do agree with James that PlayStation does a lot of things well, and they have a lot of story-driven games that are really good. But when it comes to shooters, and especially online shooters, they're definitely not what they're definitely are lacking from the Xbox as far as online shooters go.
Yeah,
but
they don't really have a lot of those. They try to veer away.
Yeah, they veer away from it just like Xbox veers away from single player story driven games. It seems like so. But I will say Resistance is a good game. It definitely deserves to be there.
So we'll put it in league.
All right,
let's go through this.
So, all right. So the next game up is Teir.
Oh, yeah, I was excited for this one. You got to this. I don't know if you guys ever played this game.
I have
once.
I have never really played Teir.
That game is freaking awesome. I rented it, and I don't think. See, and I want to say, like, even if you look at the reviews, it didn't get like super high like reviews, but it was made by like Clive Barker, and it's like it's freaking awesome. As far as like a horror shooter goes, it was dope, dude. Like, I don't even know how to describe. Like, you played as like 4 different people that have like different specialties and are like supernatural powers. It's only single player, but like I freaking love that game. Not a lot of people talk about it, but that's gonna be like that game is dope, dude. I almost want to. I mean, I think I probably have to just to be fair put it in noob, but noob in delete just because of its obscurity and lack of multiplayer.
And it didn't really do very well.
That's what I'm saying. It didn't do well, but even though it was a great game, like those guys are idiots.
I agree with Matthew that it's definitely not trash butter, but I don't know. It was a fun game, and as far as like shooter horror games goes, it's pretty awesome. But
great.
If they don't think about it, trash butter. James, Dead Space is another one. Dead Space is one of my favorite games of all time. I don't know if that's considered a shooter though, bro. That's more like that's like calling Resident Evil.
It's like a survival horror more than a
shooter. Yeah. But I would say Fears should be firmly in the noob category, in my opinion.
Firmly in the noob. All right, we're gonna have to pick it up because we got a lot to go. So let's go.
Yeah, this is gonna be our special 2-hour edition of the podcast. So we don't have to hurry the fuck up. But it's kind of unfair to these games to rush through them. We talked about the other one.
Yeah. Sleepy got to get in there in his bedtime, bro.
I work at like 6 a.m. Anyone else do that? All right, let's do the next one.
All right.
He fails to mention he falls asleep at 10 o'clock on nights he don't have to work too, though.
I know, but that's just I'm old, man. That's just me being old. Dude, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, so the next game is Team Fortress.
Team Fortress. That is, I've never played that, but everybody loves that game. They say it's great, and it's kind of the beginning of hero shooters. So I don't know. I guess I would definitely put that in elite. Then I don't know. How do you all feel?
Yeah, I don't know. I played it a little bit. It's one of those things. It's definitely is like was kind of like the precursor to games like Overwatch, and I think Apex is even like that, where you're like, depending on what character you choose, you get like different specialties, and you're better at doing certain things. So it's like teamwork is the key to the game. But I remember correctly, I mean, it runs off the same system. It's got like Counter-Strike Source and Half-Life 2, but it was like really sped up. When I played it, it was like Unreal Tournament or something, like really, really fast paced. I was never good at it. Like, I tried to play it. I got my ass whooped every time I played it. But it was fun. It was different. And I think like to this day people still play it, which is pretty impressive how old the game is.
Well,
Um,
there's a second one now. So there's a Team Fortress 2,
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
and
but still, that came out a long time ago, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
I think it did. But it is one of the most popular games in esports. People have gigantic tournaments in this game. Um, I personally don't get it. Uh, I've played it one time and never played it again. And I uh, I personally think it's trash butter. Personally,
Oh.
but I mean, it's hard. It's just like with Fortnite. It's hard to deny how immensely popular it is. But the one time I played, I haven't played it extensively, so I don't know it very well. But the one time I did play it, I was not impressed at all. So
So is this
I
gonna
would
be
be
a
cool
noob?
with that with trash butter.
So is it gonna be a noob?
I
Well, what did
mean,
you say, Matt? What was your vote?
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I haven't really played it that much myself, but given its popularity, I would say I would probably like teeter on between elite and noob.
I,
What was your what did you say, Sleepy?
I said I don't really know much about it, but I hear a lot of good things. So I mean, I would put it in lead, but I could put that shit in noob. Like, 'cause
Yeah,
like
it definitely does not deserve to be in lead.
uh,
I
uh,
think if we put it in noob, we would be doing it a service. So,
so,
um,
no services for you, sir. All right, now
Well, Team
next.
Fortress thinks you should be in trash butter.
well, if
No,
we're
not it. No.
if we're averaging it out amongst our votes, I would say noob. I think it's trash
Yeah,
butter.
that's fair. I will concede.
All right, so the next game up is Half Life.
Half Life.
Oh yeah, I would say definitely Gunlord there, without a shadow of a doubt.
Um,
Like those games were like the pinnacle of first person shooting. Went then and are still like considered some of the best now. Like Half Life 2 is the shit. Like one of the best first person shooters I've probably ever
they
played.
did recently have a VR game of Half
Yeah,
Life too. I heard that.
Alex.
Yeah, something like that, and that did well as too. I mean, that's what everybody says. I'd be willing to put it there. I've never played Half Life because I think it was
Oh,
PC
you
for a
should.
while.
Like, bro, you should you should check it out. It's really good.
It's too old.
Yeah,
Let's be real. It's not
It
gonna.
still holds up to this day. Like I'm not even joking. Like I have it on Steam, and then like I've started it up in the past couple months, and is this game still as cool? Yep, this game's still as cool as I thought it was.
yeah,
Like
Half
it's
Life is
it's
definitely dope. Now, listen, so Valve makes Half Life, and they also make Portal. Is Portal considered part of the Half Life series?
no, not really. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure. I know there's like a weird ass like deep like I don't know theories about their games. Like I've heard where they're all supposed to be connected some way, but as far as I know, like they're made off the same engine system. So I know like they released like it was called like the Orange Box or something like that. It had like Portal and Half Life 2 and Counter Strike and Team Fortress, like all these games, combined into one. And I know you could straight up just using like I guess using the code, you could like summon a portal gun in Half Life 2, like using the console commands, because that's like it runs on the same exact system, and that's the best way to play Half Life 2. Just to say that, it's pretty cool. But I don't think they're in the same like universe or the same game series.
So, what do you think, Gunlord guys?
Yeah, I would say Gunlord for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I would put it on that line. I didn't play it as much as Matt did, but what I did play of it, it was really dope. And especially if Portal's involved in it, Portal was a really fun game.
Yeah,
So Jay is saying that it is connected to Half Life. So I mean, I think if Portal is connected to Half Life for sure, I think we have to put it in the gun lore category. That is an iconic
it is a lord
series for
of
sure.
guns amongst other lords with guns. Let us continue, gentlemen. We have to get through these before the yellow brick
All
road
right.
stops.
So the next game up is Aliens Colonial Marines. I
Colonial
don't even.
Marines.
Yeah,
I
we
have
can just
no
go ahead
idea
and
how
save
this
us
even
save ourselves
got
some
on the
time
list.
there.
I think
What?
we
Yeah,
put
just
this one in here just so we could have some trash butter in the list.
yeah. we need a butter at the bottom of that trash there,
No, this
because
is
it's
trash. This
getting.
this is definite trash. This was a game where they showed one of those trailers that it was a completely different game when it came out, and it basically didn't have almost any aliens in it until the very end. All you did was fight other humans. It was very stupid, and I hated it. So
Yeah, it's trash for
it's
sure.
trash butter. Let us continue.
All right, the next game up is Shadow Warrior.
Shadow Warrior, the first one of these isn't really that great, but Shadow Warrior 2 is fucking dope. Like Shadow Warrior 2 is crazy, dog. You get so many weapons and melee weapons, you get magic, you get, all sorts of crazy shit, dog. And it's just and the demons and monsters and all the things you fight they throw at you is pretty good. The story's funny, although it's like, very tongue in cheek, kind of immature. But the gameplay is dope. I think number 2 is really good. Number 1 is So I don't know.
So where would you rate it?
I could put it like I really like it, but I don't know if it could be lead. Now, if number 3 comes out and it's super dope too, then I would put it in lead. But it's for now, I think like high noob, like low lead.
Matt?
That's we discussed it before we even started this thing. I don't think I've ever played any of these games. The first one or the second one. If I recall, the first one was pretty trash, and I don't know. I'd have to take Sleepy's word for it. I don't know, man. I think those 3 games down there are pretty lonely. They need some company. Go ahead and throw that shit in the butter.
Well, I think that we should put it in the noob category. I don't think it's that trash of a game to have to be trash butter, but I definitely don't think it's deserving of lead. So I've only played the one with Sleepy, and I faintly recall it. When he was telling me about it, I did remember some of it, and it was really fun. So I think it's better than trash, but definitely not lead. So I would put it in the noob.
It is a noob. Moving on.
All right, so the next game is The Darkness.
Yeah, this is a game that came out for I think like the Wii or some shit like that. This game is trash.
Nah, dude, it came out on a 360.
It did.
Nah, dog. Yeah, that game's fucking trash.
It's
Like,
trash.
dude, it's based off of like a comic book, series. I can't remember who wrote it, and I was like had like high up hopes for it when it came out, dude. And that game was like
It's like a
it was
great
so bad. I just
concept.
couldn't help but laugh like at myself for purchasing the rental for the game. Like oh my god, it was fucking stupid.
Game is trash.
Yeah, I agree. It's trash butter. It's like a wannabe Doc Ock with these fucking monsters on his back, and it's trash butter.
It's not done well at all.
It just wasn't. It wasn't well made. It was. Yeah, it was. They had a stealth aspect that just didn't work at all. Like it was.
Oh,
retarded.
Jay saying noob for darkness. Apparently, he enjoyed it more than trash. Well, he is the victor here because he attained fun where fun could not be had. Like so, like
He enjoyed it.
So I think he's the winner here on this one, Jay. You win. Like it's still trash butter though. Let's move on.
All right, so the next game is Halo.
Hello.
We can just go ahead.
Nah,
We
no,
can just go ahead and save our conversation if you want. Go ahead and throw that right up there and
We don't have to talk about Halo.
We don't
Speaks
have to
for
talk.
itself.
We don't have to talk about anything past 4. No.
Just go ahead and
Past
throw
4.
that. Throw that up.
You can throw it on.
Throw that bad boy on up
keep
there.
going past 4.
4 and 5 are a
Halo,
little contentious, but everything up into 3 is definitely top notch.
If my opinion is anybody don't put Halo in your gun lore category. You don't know shooters.
We could do that in the
Or
interest
you're just trying to be edgy or something.
In the interest of time, I'll do that. I won't even argue because we ain't got that much time. So let's do
There is no argument, but the next game is Bulletstorm.
Oh, yeah,
bro, Gunlord all fucking day, bro.
Dude, this game is trash.
Dude, that game is dope. The game is so dope, dude. Are you serious? And I'm not even joking. Like, I won't even put a Gunlord. I'll put it in elite. Dude, that
No,
game was so
that
fun.
game was
I had, dude, I
so
owned that game.
garbage,
That
dude.
game was
Like
so awesome,
it
dude.
was
Oh my
it was
god,
bad,
it was
dude.
so much
Like
fun,
the controls sucked. Like it felt
dude.
like
The
playing a
controls were great.
PlayStation. The
Slide on the
dude,
ground, kick a dude up in the air, use like an electrical whip to whip him back down, like pull a gun out of
all that
midair, shoot
shit
somebody,
felt
dude. Dude.
all that shit felt horrible.
Oh,
Like all that
dude,
shit
it
felt
was
horrible
great.
to do, and the story was just bad. It was laughable.
Oh, it was supposed to be. It was tongue in cheek.
It was 90s edge to the max, bro. Like this game is
Dude,
trash.
that game was so cool.
Like, this
I don't
game,
care what anybody says.
Jay
That
agrees.
that
This
it
game is
deserves that
trash.
deserves a lead, bro.
Nah, this is trash. Guy, what do you
Well,
think,
I,
man?
I don't think it's trash. Um, I don't think Metacritic or any of the other. If you look up if you look up its reviews, you know, it's getting high reviews. I think I only played it once, and I had a
Yeah, that
lot
game
of
was
fun.
awesome.
I don't think it deserves a trash butter though. I don't think it's any better than Noob, but I don't think it deserves trash butter.
All right. Well, I mean, I can do the new, but like that shit was whack.
Bro, that shit was fucking
Like
bullet storm. You know what I'm saying? you know what I'm saying, y'all? Bullet.
all right, we can give it. We can give it. It could be in the noob. It could be saved from trash butter just by the skin of teeth. But let's go to the next one.
All right, so next on the list is Brink.
Yeah, it's trash.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
trash. That's trash, brother, bro. Like, that was awful, dude. And it looked kind of cool too.
No,
when
you know what I
no,
liked
man.
about Brink though is the fact that you got this really good customization system, and then you went to the game and you were like, oh,
Yeah, what is this?
like I
Yeah.
was like, oh, this customization system's dope. I came, oh, like that's what that game was. So
Yeah, this was another one of those games that looked really fun in the previews, and I was kind of hyped for it. And then it came out, and I was like, "This is garbage."
yeah, it's just
Yeah,
trash.
it was stupid.
All right, next one.
All right, so the next game up is Serious Sam.
Serious Sam. Serious Sam is like one of those games. It's kind of like Shadow Warrior because it's one of those games where
Nah,
they just mob you with enemies and then you just start, plowing away.
dude,
And that's kind of what it
dude,
is.
I played those games too. Man, those were cheap rip-offs of Duke Nukem is all that guy was. Dude, if you thought Duke Nukem was trash butter and you don't think Serious Sam is trash butter, then you need to go to see a psychiatrist or something, dude. Those games were garbage. I played them, I beat them, but they were not just no thought at all, just like bloodbath fun. They weren't like terrible, but dude, no.
So you think
Oh,
it's trash butter? Like I could give it
I
a
think it's
noob.
trash
I
butter,
give it
bro.
a noob, but I could definitely throw that shit in trash butter.
I agree with Matthew that it's like the great value brand of Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
Duke Nukem.
It made no
It really
sense.
is.
You're like fighting, in
Yeah.
Egypt somewhere, like fighting like mummies and like that is what. Dude, if you explain to me the story of Serious Sam, I'll give you a fucking medal.
All right, well I guess it's
Because
trash.
I don't think it's possible.
It's
bro.
trash butter. This is trash. Serious Sam.
Yeah.
Trash tactic. Brink could have been good. Yeah, it could have been good. I think it could have been good, Jay, but they didn't know what to do with it. They didn't know it was up.
Yeah, it had a lot of potential.
Last two.
They just
What's
dropped the
up?
ball.
All these games could have been good. You know what I mean?
That's every
Yeah.
game really. But what's the last two?
All right, so
Except for Serious Sam.
the next game up is 007 GoldenEye.
Gunlord slappers only.
Mm-hmm.
Slappers only.
Gunlord for sure, guys. I mean, like, dude, even if you like look at it for what it is now, like it's really, really like terrible controls for today's game standards.
So
but like,
bad.
if you grew up with a Nintendo 64, and you would know what the hell any of us are talking about, where that deserves a Gunlord status, like straight up, dude. Yeah, like.
Yeah.
How many disputes have ever been settled in my life? Like, all right, let's do 1v1 and a fucking call GoldenEye.
Golden
Don't
gun.
use Odd Job, you fucking cheater.
Golden gun only. Just what up?
Yeah.
What's good, man? What you
Yeah,
doing?
I don't think shooters would be as popular as they are today if it wasn't for 007.
Yeah, for sure.
Austin said this game is his Lord and Savior. He prays to Pierce Brosnan every
God.
Pray to Pierce Bronson.
I am not worthy.
All
All
right,
right, so the final one that we have listed is Overwatch.
I mean, generally,
This is gonna be a good one.
it's just a good game.
'Cause,
Like, it's a
I
good
think it should
game.
be Gunlord. Yeah, me.
Really, I
That's
mean,
probably the
like,
last
I don't know
shooter
about
that came out that I really got into and played for like a while.
I don't know about Gunlord them being only one,
Yeah,
but like definitely lead. It's just a solid game.
I can agree with Lead. I don't think it's Gunlord. I think it is a solid game. It's a little kiddie for my tastes. Um, I don't enjoy it so much, but I can respect it and understand that it's a quality game. So I would put it under Lead.
Yeah. All right then. Well, that is the
Well, I guess
shooty game tier
my opinion
list.
is moot. So
Oh, so you wanted to put it as Gunlord?
Well,
Well, if there's two leads over a Gunlord, then it's
no,
fine.
no, no.
no, you
Yeah,
put it in lead. That's fine. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. It's refreshing game in the shooting genre just because of the the class systems and all that stuff. But you know, and it's really popular.
so, all right, guys. So I know, Sleepy, you got to get to sleep and stuff, and I know we're over our time already. But I have a couple of ones that we don't have graphics for, but I just want to go through them just because we missed some real quality games that we didn't list. So we don't have a graphic for it, but I think we should. Let's see, there's 6 games. So let's go through them real quick just to see what the chat and what we think they go to. Is that okay, Sleep?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Fire them off.
Oh, okay. So the first game that we have is Battlefield.
All right.
Um,
Uh,
Oh
I
yeah,
personally think that definitely should be a Gunlord game. That game has been around for a long time since Battlefield 1942, and it was really kind of ahead of its time when you first got it because you like the whole map, everything was destroyable. So like if you went up to a building, you could literally bring down the building. Um, Battlefield One, I had a whole lot of hopes for, and a lot of people got into it, but I really didn't get into it so much. But I think Battlefield could arguably be Gunlord, if not very highly.
I think maybe high lead only because of Battlefield Hardline, which was hot trash. Like
Yeah.
Battlefield Hardline
I,
was just hot trash, bro. I hated that game, and but all the rest of Battlefields are some quality games. So I don't think it could never bring it down below elite, but I think it
Yeah, I don't
might.
think it's possible.
Yeah, so I think it could be highly just on the cusp of Gunlord only because of Hardline being just god awful.
What do you think about it, Matt?
yeah, I don't. I would think. No, honesty, probably I'd probably agree with John. I would say Gunlord, like especially like it was like Battlefield 2 and 3 were just like they were like really really good. They were like really awesome. As much as I didn't want to admit it at the time, or I never like didn't want to admit it, but like it was just I was like I think that was when I was into Call of Duty, so it was like oh Call of Duty's way better than that. Then I had select friends who were like, "Dog, you're full of shit," and they were like just happened to all be like they had served in the military before, and then they were like giving the reasons why, and then I would never forget like playing, and there was like one person left that needed to be killed, hiding out into a building, and so instead of us having like run in there and trying to find him, they just blew the building up, and then we won the game. So what the fuck? Like you could do that? Like what? Just like knock the wall on top of him and killed him. So like that's awesome. Like
Yeah. All right.
and it's like yeah, I think it would have to be up there for sure.
All right,
And
we can make
Okay.
a
Gunlord.
Gunlord. We can make a Gunlord. What's the next one?
All right, the next one is Medal of Honor.
When did this?
Medal of Honor.
When did they stop making these?
It's been a while since I've seen one.
A couple years ago.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'll be real with you. I don't really know.
It used to be Gunlord when it first came out, and then it went to Elite, and then it went to like butt trash. So I would say like it bounced back up to noob at that point.
Yeah, I would put it at noob as well.
All right.
I would put it as noob as well for sure. I mean, the first couple Medal of Honor games were freaking awesome. They came out right around the same time that the original Call of Duty did, when it was only a computer game. Had a lot of fun games in Medal of Honor, but I would say it's a noob for sure.
Put a
This
hunting
man
game.
Jay, this man Jay said Call of Duty is Battlefield little kids.
They said put a hunting game in here. Nah, that's fine.
Hey, bro,
That's more of a
big
sports
big
game.
buck hunter is a gun lord, bro.
Deer hunter, man. The old school deer hunter, dude. Actually, that game was you get your choice of rattle and your deer call. You could pick
Right,
if it was snowy outside or
enough
You
of
get
that.
I don't know.
Enough of that. The next one.
for $2.99, you could buy some dope piss though.
And the
No,
next,
so the next game is Far Cry.
I would put that in high elite, low gun lord. They do have some kind of missteps, but honestly, every single game is pretty good. Although I think the games in themselves overstay their welcome, except for 5. 5 took me all the way there, but definitely 3 and 4 they overstayed their welcome a little because after you killed Voss in 3, you were really kind of spinning your wheels killing the other guy, and you didn't really care about that. And in 4, it's overstayed its welcome. So I'd put in elite.
Yeah, I mean, just for Blood Dragon alone, I would put Gunlord. That game is fucking awesome. Blood Dragon was the shit. And it was like a DLC. It wasn't even like
That shit
it
was
was like a
dope.
short game.
That shit was dope.
Well,
I
I'm honestly shocked, Sleepy, that you put that as elite instead of Gunlord, because I personally think Far Cry would be in the Gunlord category.
it's just I played enough of him to be like and then there was Far Cry Primal that was kind of just a mistake, and then and then there was Far Cry 1. It was Far Cry 2 is where it took off. 3 is where like that was the one, and 4 was good. It overstayed its welcome, and 5 I really liked, but the one after that was not that great. So I
They were
just
definitely a quality game.
yeah, but knowing that there's some pretty hefty missteps, I can't give it a gun lord.
Okay, I can respect that. What about you, Matt? Where would you put it?
Oh, Gunlord for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I can see what he means though. Having a few bad games, kind of, can kind of fuck up your whole thing.
Yeah, keeps you from gun lord at
Well, I
least
was
for
thinking
me.
as long as the sums of the positives outweigh the sums of the negatives, I think
They
it
have to
deserves
like
to.
massively outweigh it though, because if you have some bad games and you're still a gun lord, that means you did something so right that it made up for it. And I don't think Far Cry. The thing is, their missteps aren't that bad, but they're bad enough to keep it from gun lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, I can respect that. I personally think it's Gunlord, but I can't wait for 6, man.
Yeah, 6 does look dope. I think 6 looks dope. Let's go to this next one though.
All right, so the next one is Quake.
yeah. That's one of those. Dude, it was a Gunlord for a long time, and technically, I mean, it's still one of the more popular. Like Quake 3 Arena, I think is still like one of the more popular e games right now, if I'm not mistaken. Like they have a convention, QuakeCon, just for it,
Noob.
Yeah,
But
it's that game.
I would
is
definitely
huge,
say
bro.
Elite.
Noob.
Oh, Jay's saying trash.
Trash.
Jay
Yeah,
is
hey,
saying
Trash.
trash. Now, Quake has not been around for a long time that I know of, with a new game anyway. And if it has, it must have been butt trash because I've never heard of it. But back in the day, Quake was where it was at. But it's been so long, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know. I would probably put it between probably in the noob category, honestly. I mean, I don't know. Back in the day, though, that game was it. So,
Noob.
yeah, I can say I can agree with noob. All right, so the next game is SOCOM.
I hear that's really good. I have never really played that. But I hear it's really good.
There's
yeah,
a
I don't
few
think
of
I
them.
played much of the SOCOM games, honestly. I wouldn't be the right one to ask about that.
There's a few of them. I think there's like 5 or 6 of them that's out.
People seem to enjoy them.
There was a whole lot of them. The ones that I've played, I'm pretty sure it's a third-person shooter game, and it's
Tactical
it
shooter
was
too.
pretty good. I mean, this was the PlayStation 2 era, games or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would put it as noob. I don't think I would. I don't think I can take it up past noob just based on my experience with it. But I know a lot of people do love it.
Jason Gunlord. I don't know.
It's for grown men.
It's
It's a grown man. That's what he's saying for. It's a tactical shooter. It's a thinking man shooter.
it is. All right, so the next game is Army of Two.
That game is like I enjoyed Army of Two, but it is so noob. It is just so in the noob category. Even though I enjoyed it, it's just such a B game. Like it just screams B game.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Army of Two is dope. If you had a good partner that you play with, like me and Aaron Rainey used to play Army of Two all the time, and we used to tear shit up. That game was pretty fun. Now the second one wasn't as good, but it was definitely definitely a great co-op game for sure. With two not being as good in my opinion, I would put it probably at the new borderline with Elite in my opinion. Just because I had a lot of fun with it.
Did you play? I think was it Devil's Cartel or whatever like that? Was that too?
I don't know.
You know the one where the dude you always with Rios turns into a bad guy and then you gotta fight him.
Let me see.
Yeah,
that is Army of Two. It's the Devil's Cartel. You're right.
And you get like another guy who joins you.
That's the third one.
Oh, it's the third one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was like.
You get like a chick or something.
It's not that I didn't enjoy it. It just felt like the height of averageness.
Yeah,
like that's what it felt like.
I think it's a game. If you sit down and try to play it by yourself, it's nowhere near as fun. But if you have like a legit partner that you're able to communicate with and play with, it's really fun. I really enjoyed it. The last game on the list is one that James brought up that I can't believe he forgot on this list. Is Unreal Tournament.
Yeah,
I played that. It's all right.
Yeah, those games were dope back in the day. I think they took everything that like makes Quake good and made it better.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead, Matt. I didn't mean to interrupt, bro. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I mean, yeah, like I'd have to say, like if I had to rank that, like I don't know, I'd have to at least put it in Elite. I played Unreal Tournament 2 a lot, like when it was out. But it's another one of those games that kind of just fell off. Like they haven't done anything with it.
Yeah, they haven't. This man Austin said, "Payday, the game you rob banks." This podcast could go on forever. I'll hop on and let Sleepy sleep. But Unreal Tournament is one of these games where it's not like world-shattering anything. But damn, it was fun, man. Talk about a fast-paced, fun game to play online. That game was crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts. The capture the flag of that was like the best.
Yeah, really. And they haven't done shit with it since then, but I mean, just based on what it was back then, I'd have to put it in the Elite category personally.
Yeah, that's what I would put it Elite for sure.
I mean, that's fine. Y'all put it Elite. That's cool.
Whatever you guys say.
You could tell Sleepy's out of his element talking about these shooters. This is probably this is how I would have been probably how I would have been talking about the fighters last week.
Yeah, no.
This motherfucker turned into Eeyore from winning the two. So
I mean, I played most of
whatever you guys think.
I played most.
Doesn't really matter.
I played most of these games. Like I could say, like a good, like I would say 70% of these games I played.
Yeah, I would say, let's see, 3. I think there's 3 of them that I've never played in my life. But man, anyway, that's it for our tier list, man. That's it for the first, or not even for just the shooter tier list. Guys, I have to say I am so happy that you guys were so active in the chat today. It made today a whole lot of fun, and I'm glad you guys kind of pointed out some of the ones we missed, so we can kind of go back and talk about them later. We will be doing another one of these for RPGs. It probably won't be next week. We'll probably have some regular podcasts with some other stuff going out between now and then. But we will be doing another tier list with RPGs. So if you guys are loving the RPGs, want to get in on that, definitely let us know. I guess it can't go without being saying the Series X it came out today. For any of you that got it before me, fuck you. I hope you stub your toe every day till I get mine.
It sounded so
Um,
professional too.
but yes, the Series X is out, and PlayStation comes out or is already out, right? The
Nope,
PlayStation 5 or does that come out
it's gonna
tomorrow?
be Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, Cold War comes out Friday, so I'll definitely be on that. I know my boy Austin's going to be on that. We're going to be playing the shit out of that. But
Also,
today's been a lot of fun, guys.
Spider-Man Miles Morales
Oh,
also drops on that Thursday with the
on
PlayStation,
Thursday.
so that'll be coming out for the 4 as
Oh.
well. So I mean, check that out.
Well, at least PlayStation has a launch exclusive that's worth the damn giving. That's
Yeah.
the frustrating part about the Series X launch is like I had an opportunity to get one and it not working out for me, but if I did get it, I'd just be playing my damn Xbox One games on it until something else comes out. So it's cool. I'm gonna be waiting. But man, it's been a lot of fun with everybody. I hope that some of you guys, Jay, I love the interaction today, Austin. Hope you guys, definitely come back for the next one. We had a lot of fun, man.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, we'd like to thank everybody for coming out. Please check us out on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and all the social media outlets. And thank you for joining the chat and just being with us. We are 2 Deaf, and we are out.
Too deaf.
Too deep.